doing Mexican food because I love Mexican food and because I found a recipe for like 3 different kinds of salsa and gorditas from Mexican Cooking with Gaby. I found her vlog while I was watching another vlog, and since I love Mexican food, I decided to attempt some of the salsas she made. There's like 3 salsas, but I only got the stuff for 2 of them. So I'm gonna get started. It calls for 10 tomatillos and 2 jalapeno peppers. So I'm gonna get started on that, and it looks pretty easy. And you have to actually cook this. I never made a salsa where you have to actually cook, but I'm gonna get started on this. So I've got oil in my pan and it's been heating for a little bit, but you're supposed to cook all this together from what I get. I've never cooked salsa. So you add all these in together and then you cook them for about 10 minutes. Okay, those look like they're finished. So you're supposed to dump everything, oils and all, into your food processor when you process these. But the one step that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my peppers out and I'm going to remove some of the seeds because my kids don't like real hot salsa. So I'm going to remove the seeds from my jalapenos to kind of reduce the heat. We're just going to dump all that in the food processor and blend it and add some salt and I'm going to add some garlic to mine. She didn't add it to hers, but we like garlic in our salsa, so I'm going to add a little bit of garlic to our salsa. Okay, so we're going to put these through the food processor and I'm going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of garlic. Like I said, the garlic wasn't part of her recipe, but we like our salsa garlicky, so I'll try it that way. Okay, so this is the green salsa. So this is salsa number 1, and she has 3 salsas, but I only got the stuff to do 2. So this, and it's a warm salsa, I guess. It looks so good. That's really good. It's spicy. I'm glad I took the seeds out because my kids may die if they taste it. So it's a spicy salsa, but it's very good. It's totally different than I got a Mexican restaurant because that's always red salsa. But this is really good. I love the flavor. I may add a tad more garlic, but the salt, I only put about 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, if that. So it makes one of these. That's about all it makes. A little more. I couldn't fit it all in, but so it's a small batch. So if you wanted to make this for a crowd, you might want to do 20 or 30 tomatillos and 4 or 5 of the jalapenos. But it's delicious. Okay, so the next salsa that we're gonna try, it calls for 2 jalapenos, an Anaheim pepper, I don't know if I'm even pronouncing that right, and a Pablano pepper. So that's what it calls for as far as peppers, and then you put a 1/3 cup of water and 2 tablespoons of oil, and just like the other one, you put that all in the pan and let it cook for, I think I cooked mine a little longer than what Abby's recipe calls for, but I'm on electric stove. I think she's on a gas stove, if I remember right. Anyway, so that could be the difference there. So we're just gonna put it all in this pan, and we're gonna cook it for probably, on my stove, it's probably gonna be 10 to 15 minutes. So you just keep rotating your peppers just like the other. So we're gonna get started on that. Okay, while I let that salsa cook, I'm going to go ahead and get started on my gorditas. And we're going to do 3 cups of, I don't even know how to pronounce it, so that's what I'm using. I'm using 3 cups of that. She doesn't really have a measurement on the water, so she shows exactly how she does it in her vlog. She just adds water until your dough doesn't crack, which I've done gorditas before. But her video is actually better than the one that I did, so now I kind of understand it. And then we're going to put about a teaspoon of salt in this, and then we'll fry up our gorditas after we're finished with the salsa. Okay, so she says to keep adding water until you don't have any cracks. Mine is still a little dry, I think, because it is cracking a little bit on the sides. So I'm going to add a little more water and keep it from cracking. And then we'll get to frying these. Okay, let's check it again. I don't know. Still cracking just a tad, so I think I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit more water before we start frying these up. Okay, for our gorditas, I have had a pot roast cooking all day. I started it on low at about 9 this morning, and at about 1 I went ahead and put it on high. I seasoned it with, poured this over the top, and then I put a taco seasoning packet to give it flavor. So that is all I did to my pot roast, and then we'll shred it, and then we will stuff our gorditas with the beef, and I'll do some guac and, oh, I think I might make it some pico. But that's all we're going to do for our gorditas. gonna check on this tomato, and that's getting good and tender. So we're about to the point where we're gonna go ahead and take this tomato off and add everything to the Ninja to process it. It's looking great. I think I'm gonna let it cook for just a little bit longer on the other side so it's good and soft. Okay, so this is salsa number 2, and it's got tomato in it also, along with the peppers. So it's a red sauce. Okay, so we're gonna add a little bit of salt to this. Not much. I have about a 1/4 teaspoon in there right now. And then we're gonna add a little bit of garlic because I like garlic.
That's tasty.
You like that? Okay, so we're gonna get this pan ready to do our Gorditas. Gonna spray some oil on it, just a little bit, so that they don't stick to it. So we're gonna let this pan get hot. So I'm gonna do like a medium, and we'll let the pan get hot, and then we will fry these up. Okay, so I'm enlisting Natalie's help because I need her to do the guac while I do the Gorditas, and then we're gonna cut up the vegetables, and then we will be ready for dinner. Say hi, Natalie. Is that good? Good job, Natalie. Okay, because I need to do the Gorditas, Nicole is going to make my Mexican rice for us tonight, and she does a really good job. Yeah, say hi. Nicole makes the best Mexican rice. So what she did is put a couple tablespoons of butter, and she is going to cook this rice until it's a golden brown, and then we'll add the water and the seasoning. Okay, looking good. So this is the seasoning that we put in it, and we put 1 tablespoon per recipe of Mexican rice. water, so it helps it get done faster. So we'll turn that down, we'll give it a stir, and then we'll turn it down to a simmer and let it set for 15 minutes. My goodness, that roast looks amazing. And now we just shred that and we'll be ready to eat.